I want to talk to you about EIN only business loans from big banks. So in today's conversation, we are going to compare PNC to US Bank to SunTrust, aka Truist, and TD Bank. Don't go anywhere. You're going to love today's conversation. I guarantee it. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous. If you were to ask me, if you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. In today's conversation, I want to compare and contrast four EIN only business loans from big banks. We have PNC, US Bank, SunTrust, aka Truist, and now TD Bank. It's important to understand that, but before we get into the actual nitty gritty, you need to understand whether or not you need collateral to get a small business loan from these big banks. Not always. It depends on the situation. It depends on the amount you're looking for. It depends on also your business's financial performance. Okay, and you can get a business loan without being a corporation. Okay, if you are a sole proprietorship, you can get a business loan. Having said that, it's important from the get-go to understand that if you want to get an EIN only business loan from a big bank, it's a lot better if you are incorporated. It's a lot better if you are an S corp, a C corp, an LLC, an LLP. And also, one of the benefits of being a corporation versus a sole proprietorship is that you are divorcing your business's affairs from your personal affairs. Okay, this is important. And we are, of course, talking about money. We're trying to get a loan. We're trying to get a business line of credit. It's important to understand that even if you have, let's say you have filed for bankruptcy in the past, you can still qualify for a business loan from a big national bank. It's all about how you play the game, okay? And if you have bad credit or poor credit or fair credit, you can still qualify for a small business loan from a big national bank. The options are there, okay? It's about how you play the game. And you definitely need a business plan to get a business loan. Most traditional lenders, such as big banks, PNC, US Bank, SunTrust, or TD Bank, want you to have a business plan, especially if you are seeking a higher amount, a higher loan amount. The higher the amount, the stricter the banks can be. You want to pay attention to, so when you submit, you want to get a business loan from one of those banks, there are a few things they might ask you in addition to the business plan. They might ask you for your business financial statements. They might ask for your personal financial information, your business license, a copy of your business lease, your business bank statements for the last 3 months. Before we get into the actual nitty-gritty, please check out this video. It really talks to you about our loan evaluation approach. We have a strict methodology when it comes to reviewing, categorizing, and listing business loans on this show. Check this out. Let's start with PNC. So when we think about PNC offers a variety of business loans, EIN only or without EIN. The choice is yours. Loan amounts go from $20,000 to $100,000. You have a streamlined application and decision-making process. We love that. And this is an unsecured business loan, so no collateral is required. You have easy payment processing, so monthly payments are automatically deducted from your business checking accounts. You need to have a PNC business checking accounts. That's important. And you have convenient terms. Okay, so you can select a fixed rate with a term between 2 and 5 years. All right, so loan amount 20 grand to 100 grand. This is something that you have to pay attention to. And what we love is that you can apply at a branch. You can apply over the phone. You can apply in person. You can apply online rather. So online, by phone, or at a branch. And big decision time. Are you interested in this loan? Is this something that you are interested in? If it is, then you need to have a strong application process. Not anything complicated, but you need to have a small business plan. You need to explain what you're going to use the money for. Okay. You also need to understand that PNC will ask for your financial statements. They want to see your balance sheet. They want to see your P&L. They want to see your statement of cash flows and your statement of owner's equity. This is important. You also want to make sure that you talk to someone. The higher the amount, the better it is that you talk to someone. So the number is 1-800-762-5684. They are available Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern, and you can talk to someone over the phone or at a branch. And PNC will need information about your business, so the business legal name, the type of business, the year established, the date acquired by the present owner, and industry code, the NAICS number, and your EIN. EIN is important, your business tax ID, or if you are a sole proprietor, they will ask for your social security number. They will also want to see your annual sales, gross revenue, the number of employees. In terms of the threshold, they are asking for $120,000 a year rather. So $120,000 a year, that's gross revenue, and that equates to 10 grand a month in gross revenue. This is what they ask in terms of eligibility requirements. And you also need to, if you have let's say you're asking for a higher amount, let's say you're asking for 90 grand or $95,000, they might ask you for a personal guarantee in some cases. But overall, this is an unsecured loan. You can obtain it with EIN only or without EIN. It really depends on you. So besides the unsecured business loan, you can also get a secured small business loan from PNC. This is kind of cool because if you're looking for larger amounts, let's say you want loan amounts from 100,000 to 3 million, PNC will work with you as long as you're willing to collateralize the loan. Okay, so this kind of loans are great. They're great for one-time business expenses. They require longer-term financing, such as equipment or machinery. Okay, and you can save money. So by going with a secured loan option, you can save money. You can use business assets to secure lower loan rates and longer terms than unsecured loans, and you are able to cover your borrowing needs. You have a wide range of available loan amounts. We're speaking here, folks, about 100,000 to 3 million. So this is pretty consequential. You have an easier payment process, okay, and you have convenient terms. So you can actually select a variable rate with a term between 2 and 7 years. So those are really, really great. But now when we talk about this kind of a secured loan, you can actually use collateral such as machinery, equipment, or other non-real estate business assets. What I want to say very clearly here is that when we talk about secured business loan from PNC, they are going to pay attention to your balance sheet. They're going to pay attention to your balance sheet. Specifically, there's a section on your balance sheet called the PPE section in the long-term asset section. PPE stands for property, plant, and equipment. So this is where they're going to look at the machinery that you have, the equipment that you have. They're going to look at the depreciation. There's something called accumulated depreciation on the balance sheet, because this will give them an idea of the fair market value of the property that you want to use as collateral. So make sure that when you are when you are ready to go for this secure small business loan with PNC Bank, you have clear financial statements. If you have let's say you have an accountant in-house to prepare the financial statements, that's fine. If not, make sure that you work with a local CPA who understands the nuances of balance sheet reporting. Okay, specifically, again, the long-term asset section on the balance sheet, it's really important, and specifically the PPE section, the property, plant, and equipment, because PNC Bank will verify those and they will do some due diligence to make sure that the collateral you want to use as the assets rather that you want to use as collateral are indeed they do have enough, they can be monetizable and the value is accurate. I want to talk to you now about US Bank, folks. So US Bank also offers EIN only business loans. And what we love with EIN with US Bank is that you have loan amounts from $5,000 to $250,000. So you can see here that the amounts are a little larger than what you have with PNC Bank, okay? And again, everything here is unsecured. I want to mention that, okay? It's unsecured. You have competitive fixed interest rates and monthly payments. You have flexible terms up to 84 months. Think about that, 84 months. That's 7 years. This is really good. SBA financing is available, and you have secured and unsecured options available, and you can easily manage your loan through online banking. Again, US Bank will want you to have an account with them so that you can actually pay from your business checking accounts. And we love the fact that this loan has no origination fee. Okay, and what we want to say here is that if you decide to have a secured business loan with US Bank, they will file a UCC lien, and they must be in first lien position using all business assets as collateral. And if you currently have more than $1 million in credit from US Bank, you should apply for additional credit directly with your banker or relationship manager. So when we talk about this small business loan from US Bank, you can have a general purpose business loan. You can use it for working capital, office equipment, and building improvements. You can have a business equipment loan. You can use it to purchase 1 to 4 pieces of securable equipment like construction, medical, or dental equipment. Securable means that you can use the asset, the equipment, as collateral for the loan. And business vehicle loan, you can use to purchase any type of vehicle, such as trucks or vans, for your business. All right. And when it comes to US Bank, they allow you to apply online for a business loan if you have an account with them. Okay. And just make sure that you have your business and personal information ready, including your tax ID number and the gross annual revenue information. And one thing I want to say here is that US Bank will actually finance up to $1 million when the loan is secured by business assets. And but if you are looking for an amount that goes from $5,000 to $250,000, you can get those loans at unsecured conditions, so you don't have to pledge any personal assets or anything. And you also can it's just a lot better to apply at a branch or over the phone. You just need to make an appointment, talk to a banker, make sure that you have your financial paperwork ready. You are able to justify the loan. You need to explain to them the use of loan proceeds, because they will ask you anyway. Don't just apply and say, I just need some extra cash. Okay, you need it for what? You need to back up what you're saying. You need to substantiate the use of loan proceeds. Okay, so make sure that you have an explanation ready when you are ready to apply with US Bank. Let's talk about SunTrust. Folks, in today's conversation, we're still doing a comparative analysis of 4 EIN only business loans from big banks. Okay, so I've already talked to you about PNC. I've also talked to you about US Bank. Now let's talk about SunTrust. SunTrust has now been, they have merged, so now the name is Truist, but we still use SunTrust because people are still familiar with the brand SunTrust. So it's important to understand that when we talk about SunTrust, you have personalized services. Not only in terms of the business loan itself, but also the application, but also the payment process. Okay, you can apply over the phone, you can apply online, you can apply at a branch, and so this is great. And you have a small business loan that goes from $5,000 all the way to $100,000. So the maximum with SunTrust, aka Truist, is $100,000. You have up to 60 months terms available, and you have a low fixed rates. The APR starts at 5.99%. So this is really affordable, okay? And what we love here is that if you're interested, you can even choose the length of your loan. This is great. And they offer loans that are unsecured but also secured by additional collateral types through their branch network. And you can make scheduled the monthly payments of principal and interest, and you can track your balance online. What we love is that Truist has a great platform, a great dashboard to manage your loan. You know exactly how much you have left to pay and all that kind of stuff. And we love the fact that you can actually earn rewards for your relationship with Truist. You can save up to 0.5% on your interest rate if you have Truist Dynamic Business Checking. Okay, so this is important. And you can use the money for a lot of things. Money. You can use the cash from SunTrust for a lot of things. You can use it to make a one-time purchase. They are okay with that. You can fund a specific project or initiative. They are okay with that also. You can use the cash to consolidate debt. Think about it. They have an APR that starts at 5.99%. This is kind of low. If you have the proper financial performance, the proper credit, you can qualify for a loan at 5.99%. This is really good. And you can lock in a better interest rate by refinancing. So when you think about SunTrust, aka Truist, you have a loan that goes all the way to $100,000. You have excellent customer service. You have an excellent dashboard to manage your loan. You have an excellent opportunity to actually free up some cash on your balance sheet. So, a great opportunity to consider. I'll be right back, but after this, don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another section of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. We are still having a conversation today about EIN only business loans from big banks. Now I want to talk about TD Bank. So with TD Bank, you are looking at amounts available from $10,000 to $1 million. So they're a little more generous here in terms of the loan amounts. The rate is fixed, and they have standard terms, 3 to 5 years amortization. Okay, and depending on the loan amounts, they might ask you for collateral. In other words, if you go above $100,000, and in some cases $250,000, they might ask you to secure the loan, okay? And this is typically secured by equipment, inventory, or cash. And interest on loans may be deducted as normal business operating expense for tax purposes. This is really good. And fixed monthly payments are automatically deducted from your checking accounts. Okay, so those are great. And so when we talk about these loans, you have a one-time disbursement of funds, and this is provided at closing. And we love the fact that you can also, if you are interested in applying for an SBA loan, you can also get this from TD Bank, because they are also an SBA preferred lender. Okay, and for this loan, you can this loan is great for equipment or vehicles, expansion or renovation, or if you're looking for a lump sum working capital. So when we speak about working capital, we speak about a short-term need. Now the question is, are you willing to get a TD Bank small business loan with 3 to 5 years to cover small short-term needs? Not really a great, I would say a great choice here, but you run your business, you know the kind of cash problems that you need to cover. So you can use it for things like payroll, inventory, supplies, all that kind of stuff. And one thing I also want to say here is that you can apply for this loan at a branch. You can apply for this loan over the phone. You can apply online. However, TD Bank loves to talk to you, especially if you want to apply for a loan. If you seek a loan amount that is higher than $100,000. If you have something that is in the 5 digits, they're okay with the online application. But if you want something higher, then you want to talk to someone at the branch. And here I'm showing you on the screen. Here is a comparison with other TD business funding options. So TD, besides the EIN only business loans, they have other funding options. So if you're interested in those options, you have it on the screen here. Okay, now let's here is the decision time. So we have PNC versus US Bank versus SunTrust versus TD Bank. So again, we were speaking about EIN only business loans, right? Which one do you have to choose? It really depends. So big decision time. Talk to me about your funding needs, because they will actually play a bigger role when it comes to choosing the right EIN only business loan from a big bank. Talk to me about your business performance. Is your balance sheet lethargic? Is your balance sheet active, vibrant, dynamic? Talk to me about your short-term assets, your long-term assets. Talk to me about your short-term liabilities and your long-term liabilities. What about your cash flows? Are they vibrant? Talk to me about your cash flows from operating activities, cash flows from investing activities, and your cash flows from financing activities. Talk to me about those. And I want you to talk to me about your revenue. Are you making money, or are you losing money? You need to think about the eligibility requirements. So you need to contact the bank and ask them exactly what kind of requirements they're looking for. And also think about the bank MPR. Do you have a relationship with the bank? A multi-product relationship? What about their geographical coverage? Are you in a state where the bank does business, right? So when it comes to PNC, the maximum loan amount is $100,000, and PNC is in a series. They are in some states. So you have Alabama, Arizona, California, Colorado, Delaware, the District of Columbia, Florida, Georgia, Illinois, Indiana, Kansas, Kentucky, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, Ohio, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, Virginia, West Virginia, and Wisconsin. That's for PNC. What about SunTrust? SunTrust, the loan amount is $100,000. That's the maximum. And SunTrust, they are in North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, Maryland, West Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, Georgia, Florida, Alabama, Indiana, Texas, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Washington, D.C. What about TD Bank? With TD Bank, the maximum loan amount is $1 million, and you want to be in these states: Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, Vermont, and Virginia, and also Washington, D.C. And what about U.S. Bank? You can see on the screen, this is the coverage, the U.S. Bank in terms of state coverage. And the maximum loan amounts for U.S. Bank is $250,000. So folks, after analyzing those four players, our pick is PNC Bank. So just to recap here, PNC, we have scored PNC 10 over 10, U.S. Bank 9.5 over 10, SunTrust, aka Truist, 9 over 10, and TD Bank 9 over 10. Thank you so much for your attention, folks. I really appreciate it. I'll speak to you another time, but until then, remember, stay marvelous.